There's an ad that I get on my phone and my Instagram now. It's an AI generated dude talking about trying to sell me ads, and the guy talking in the screen isn't real. Like his lips like glitch out just a little bit, and I'm like he's not actually saying the words. So the guy I'm actually looking at on my screen isn't a real person, but he's trying to sell me ads. It's crazy.
Stop, man. Like, you know,
where does it end?
And you can go so many different ways, like these war movies and spy movies or politics,
Terminator and Matrix.
Politics,
yeah.
Like you can make Donald Trump say anything. Like you don't know what we see these I get a kick out of the Biden and Trump videos for all kinds of reasons. There's nothing to do with political support of either one of these people. It's just like hilarious. But also, you don't even know did he actually say? Did Joe Biden actually say, "Oh, I just shit my pants"?
Yeah.
Like, did he actually just say that, or is that?
You'll never know.
You really will never.
You'll never
know. You know. We are back, bro. I know you miss the sound of our voices. It's been a couple of weeks.
It has been.
Yeah, man. I miss you. We shot ahead, and then we decided to kind of back off and go.
Yeah.
Bi-weekly, we're gonna release these episodes, and we'll probably step that up again once Mike and I get a little less hectic in our lives, as we're anticipating. We want to take a little pressure off Mike with the upcoming baby, and a little pressure off me because I got a couple of things on the go. So,
all right.
Anyways, that all being said, here we go. We're on. And we're like so excited to see each other. We could hardly start this podcast.
No, we couldn't take our eyes off each other.
Yeah. Speaking of, you're on like borrowed time right now.
I am on borrowed time. Lisa is officially late on the due date.
Yeah, like your phone, I can see your phone is like right there, so if it lights up and it just lit up, it's going to distract me. This whole episode's going to think you're having a baby. We got to go!
Yeah, like I turned my ringer off, but I have it so my screen, if I see Lisa calling, that I got to answer it.
Gotcha. And if this thing happens, we are going live to the bathtub.
Yeah, that would be insane.
This GoPro can handle splashes, everything. It doesn't matter. We're good.
Let's go. There we go.
Let's go.
Real time.
Let's go.
Let's go football. Blue 42.
Yeah, so before we got on the camera, we were talking a lot about AI and like some of the ways we're using it to help our business, and it's probably listening to us right now.
100% it is.
It's just, man, is this a good thing for the world or is this a bad thing? What are you thinking? Like, we've had this discussion before in pieces, but I don't think either one of us were using it as much. And the more I use it, the more I'm creeped out.
Oh man, the more I use it, the better I get at it, the more I understand how far it has actually gone in the last 6 months.
Yes, I guess that's the thing. And then the more I need it in a lot of ways too.
Well, it's more or less like, it's like knowing how to use a tool, right? It's like getting a new computer, and then there's tools inside the computer now that you can use to like propel things. But it is still like we were just talking about it too. I can if someone posted something that was written. If someone posted something that was written with ChatGPT, I can read it now. Like I can read it, and I actually know that it was written with ChatGPT. So it's like at a certain point, I think we're gonna start to learn what it actually looks like, and it's gonna kind of take some of the life away from some of the stuff that you're seeing online. In my opinion, like from newsletters to Instagram posts to blogs and stuff like that. It's like what is actually being written and what is actually being generated.
Yes, I mean, I've prided myself in writing. Like, I know I'm not grammatically, and I make a lot of spelling mistakes, but my ability to write and to like get my expressions out on a piece of paper or through the computer, through an email, has always been what I thought is a strength of mine. And now it's just so easy to mass produce this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's kind of upsetting in a lot of ways, right? Because that was something I thought kind of set us here at the gym and my personal stuff apart, was the personal touch to it. And I think, like, you're right. Like, I think it will become more apparent who is real and who is not. But
I agree.
The sharper it's getting, the more it can sound like me. You know, like, and some of the posts that aren't important to sound like me, for example, the Tango One podcast. Obviously, it sounds like me. I'm videotaping it. There's a reel, but the little caption part, which is just like the highlight and where to find the episode, I'm not too bent on that being me. It's just to get the simple information, the data out to people.
Right.
The content is me and you speaking.
Right.
However, the more I type these things in there, the more it does sound like me.
It's crazy.
So it's creeping me out. I mean, it is.
Because like, so you can actually train it. And like, listen, you guys are listening to two guys who, for the most part, I would consider us probably meatheads. We were just talking about how like we trained our entire lives. Like we've been working towards like doing things, and now we're stuck at a computer. Not stuck at a computer, but we spend a lot of time on a computer now. And this AI thing is just it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody said to me, and it was scary in a lot of ways, because what's going to happen with our children in years from now, we're using machines to sound like us to feed a machine. Like, it's just wild. It's something to that effect. It's just, we're using this device, this computer, to please other people that are on this device.
Right.
To please the device.
It's like
because you have to please the device for it to spread your...
Oh my goodness! The more you pull this apart, it's freakier.
Yeah, like when you unpack that, we're speaking to this machine so that we can speak to other people who are looking at the machine, and we can't do it unless the machine actually likes what we're saying.
Like the algorithm.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's freaky, man.
Exactly, and every single thing that you open, like Canva, is an editing tool that most people that do social media use at some point to like design and things, right?
Yeah.
It's how I make our 6WT. Almost everything that we do, I use on Canva.
Yeah.
And now it's got a whole AI interface, and it said it could make all the posts for me.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty freaking tempted to use this thing. Like, I hate making those posts every day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's so us. And when I've had other people, not machines, other people try to make the posts for us, when I've hired that job out in the past, it's not gone well because it never sounded like me or this place.
Yep. But you're training it to sound like you, so that's where the difference is, where it comes into it. But I don't know, man. I actually wonder, like, I mean, we're not stupid. Can we be tricked? First, maybe, like, most likely we could be tricked.
We as a human race, or you as?
Like you could definitely trick me. I'm like, I kind of got like a gullible bone, I guess. But you could trick me. But like as a human race, I feel like you can trick us for a little bit. I feel like at a certain point, once this does get to a point where it's like unenjoyable, because there is zero. We have like next to no human connection left now. But at least we're still watching somebody on the other end of the screen. Like, there's an ad that I get on my phone and my Instagram now. It's an AI generated dude talking about trying to sell me ads, and the guy talking in the screen isn't real. Like his lips like glitch out just a little bit, and I'm like he's not actually saying the words. So the guy I'm actually looking at on my screen isn't a real person, but he's trying to sell me ads. It's crazy.
Stop, man. Like,
where does it end?
And you can go so many different ways, like these war movies and spy movies or politics.
Terminator and Matrix.
Politics.
Yeah.
Like you can make Donald Trump say anything. Like, you don't know what we see these I get a kick out of the Biden and Trump videos for all kinds of reasons. There's nothing to do with political support of either one of these people. It's just like hilarious. But also, you don't even know did he actually say? Did Joe Biden actually say, "Oh, I just shit my pants"?
Yeah.
Like, did he actually just say that, or is that?
You'll never know.
You really will never
you'll never
know. Still funny, but you really will never know. And speaking of real life, I was at the cottage last week, and talk about a breath of fresh air in all sense of the terms. The weather was absolutely I've never seen it like this.
Yeah.
It was so hot and sunny.
So good.
5 dads, 11 boys, 11 sons. The oldest being 13, I think, and most of them 12 to 7 years old. Being outside and seeing boys be boys.
Yeah.
Just covered in dirt, making up their own games, playing whatever version of sport they had invented with their own little rules. They're playing football, but it's not football. It's like one-on-one with their own rules. And
okay.
They have different rules for the baseball game where they hit the ball off the house. They play some game where they run around and basically it looks like some kind of war game.
Cops and robbers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just to see them use their imaginations and not be on devices. They're on devices in the morning. They all get up at different times, so they kind of go on their devices, which is probably not the best thing to do in the morning, but regardless, they're on there. Once I get breakfast going, everybody's pretty much puts their phones and their tablets and their whatever Nintendos away.
Yeah.
And For the whole day, we are all together.
That's amazing.
And different groups of kids will go play here, and different groups will play here, and then they'll all come together, and then there'll be a little bit of a fight, and then they disperse. But just feeling that how we grew up.
Yeah.
And it's so scary to me because I hate that, at nighttime when one of the dads or two of the dads, me being maybe one of them, I'm not picking on any of the fathers that were there with me, allows one of their children to go on a screen. It's wild what you start to see. Because they don't play video games together. Like we did. We would rent a Nintendo game and play this for hours.
Yeah, together.
They get whatever game they want. They download it for free off the store because they're just feeding ads through these things.
Yeah.
And they play, and then the other kids start to pile up on the chairs around them. So we're sitting on like little shitty cottage furniture, right? It's like no bigger than this chair, and there starts to be kids piling because they all need to look at that screen.
Wow, weird.
The magnetism of those screens is terrifying.
Yeah, for real.
And for me, I find myself getting off task so easily lately. And it's something I'm really, really trying to work on. It's the thing I've taught to so many people is how to stay focused, how to finish tasks. And I'm starting to lose it. It's really starting to bother me.
Bro, I have an actual problem with it. Like, because I'm on my phone a lot, like the things that I'm doing are through Instagram and it's through Facebook. It's like I have to be on those apps. But the second I do the thing I'm trying to do, it's like 2-3 minutes minimum, sometimes 10 minutes of scrolling, and I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I snap out of it. I'm like, why? I can't even remember what I just watched 20 seconds ago.
And I find too, not just that happens to me as well, but I'm also having trouble. I'm 10 minutes into a task. It's going to take me half an hour maybe. And I stop and I just randomly pick up my phone to check what I don't even know. Like almost anything I need to check can be checked on my computer.
What is it about the phone?
Yeah, I'm picking that thing up and I'm checking it. And at the cottage, I made a deliberate, I put it away at 8 p.m. one night and didn't take it out until I think the full 8 a.m., like a day.
Nice.
So it'd be like almost 2 days, whatever, a day and a half later. How I felt. And I was almost like doing a science project on myself. During the first 4 to 5 hours, I felt like I want to check my phone. I felt myself reaching for it. And then it starts to let go and you start to feel good and you start to be in the moment. I need to find a way to be in that moment more often.
Fair enough, man. Like I know, because it's not even just the social media apps. It could be anything. It's just like even your email, all of those things. But like on my computer, I have a thing I downloaded called a newsfeed eradicator. So my Facebook and my Instagram on my computer, there is no newsfeed. It's gone. And it'll say like a cool quote. And it's like you read the quote and you're like, I remember now why I got rid of my newsfeed. So like I just it like blocks the newsfeed from showing on my computer. It doesn't work on my phone. I really wish it did on my phone. But on my computer it does. And I don't have to sit there. I don't get stuck scrolling on my computer.
Wow. I don't, you know what? I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just not as computer literate as you. I don't go on the news. I don't really scroll on my phone.
Yeah.
Or on my laptop. I pretty much just work on my laptop.
Yeah.
I have WhatsApp going a lot of times on my laptop because it's mostly just work people that use that interface for us. So that I'm pretty decent at. But that's a good one for people to use. Do you know what that was called? It's called
Newsfeed Eradicator. I think it's a plugin.
That's the actual name.
It's the actual name. Yeah, it's very, very easy. Like you go to download it, it's like, I built this so I can stop scrolling. Some dude made it, and then you plug it into your browser, and then it just like gets rid of your newsfeed. I don't understand it. It's like beyond my tech knowledge. I'm just like, okay, download it, and then I don't even know where to tell you to go for it. Just search it on Google or something. But like, it's awesome to have it. I wish it was on my phone, honestly.
So, is the family like lined up? Are they just waiting by their phones? Your mom?
Lisa's phones have been blown up for the last few days. Like everyone's like, "Is he here yet? Is he here yet? Where are you at? Are you in labor?" Like she's like, "I don't want to answer any of these." So she's like, "I'm just gonna stop answering all of them. I'm answering, every now and then. I'm answering a couple." But yeah, it's like it could be any day, man. It could be tonight.
Man, what a week for you guys. You had some other big news. I don't know if that's free to share or what.
Yeah. Well, by the time this comes out, we bought a house. So all the biggest things in my life are happening in the last, 9 months at this point. It's insane. So we're moving out to Cottam. We got our 3/4 acre. We're gonna get some chickens.
Yeah, you are.
We got a big garage. We got like a little farmhouse out there. We got tons of space to do whatever we want. I've been dreaming about this for a long time, man. So it's the first time I've actually bought anything for myself. Like, I've never bought myself a house to live in. It was always buy this building so I can fix it, keep it, rent it, on to the next one. Fix it, rent it, whatever it was. And, like, that's what I've done up until this point. So, 33, buy my first house, and I'm all about it.
That's amazing, man. That makes me so proud of you. I mean, it makes me so happy for you and Lisa and so proud of you. You guys
Thanks.
called me the other day, and I said to Danny, and I was just working on a post for the gym. I get this, like, I've got this old man pride now.
That's
just
awesome.
Like when somebody calls me who's like, somebody you're a lot younger than me, and our relationship started more as a mentorship and has blossomed into like way more than a mentorship. It's a friendship, and you coach me as much as I coach you these days. You helped
awesome.
me so much last week with some other stuff. But anyways, where I was going with that is I'm flipping through my pictures. I'm doing a post about our gym and the team that's gone through here, and there's been 4 or 5 people graduate to become cops. I was just at Riley's wedding, just at Ajay's wedding. I was, we're holding Nikki's baby. There's so many things. I was at Casey's house last week, and I'm holding his little girl and sitting in the house that they bought and that they rebuilt and that they have this happy life, and he's a fireman.
So sick.
And
Yeah.
I was so proud of them. I said that too. I hugged them both. I'm like, I'm so proud of you. I'm like, who am I becoming? But it's incredible to see it. It was like we built this place for our dreams, and to watch all these people come through it and realize theirs, and us to play a small part in that is amazing. And I bet you, like, your parents must be thrilled. They got like all this stuff at once. You're gonna move into, like, I don't say a real house, but like for you, it's the real house because yours were always income investments that you lived in.
Yeah, it was never like
a home.
Yeah, this is a home. Like we are moving into a home. This is not really an investment. Sure, it's like whatever. It's an asset liability. That's a huge debate whether a house is an asset or liability or not. But like on the note of like this is a house for us to live in, this is exactly what it is. Like we are going to be moving into it, building memories here, having Christmas dinners there. Like that's what we're doing.
I know exactly what you mean. 9 years ago when we moved into the house that you've been to lots of times now, that was that for us. We both had houses when we met, but it was never meant to be my forever home. I bought it like as a starter home. I wasn't thinking investments like I did later on in life at that point, but I knew was pretty much common knowledge. You buy a house and you sell it, you make some money, you buy a bigger house. Yeah. And we did that for a couple of houses, and the first house we bought together was over here where the garage gym kind of started in the Monopoly, but it also wasn't our forever home. When we moved into this house here, it was like we stepped in that day, and I remember saying to my dad, I'm like, this is the last house I think I'll ever buy.
That's sick.
And that's kind of the feeling, whether that's the feeling you have right now, but that's the home type of it that you have. Yeah,
that's amazing. Your house is actually amazing.
And you're gonna have your babies there.
Yeah,
like that's the first house.
I know.
I guess the baby will go to your old house first, but you know what I'm saying. That's where you're gonna create those memories.
100%. Yeah, he's gonna be like at this point we got 30 days and we're moving in.
Yeah, so it's not really. At this point, Lisa keeps hanging on to that guy.
I know, right? She's like, get him out of me. Let's go. No, it's cool, man. Like it's nice seeing that. Like it's funny. We walked through that house and I was like, this reminds me of like Tony and Danny's place. I was like, it's got the same like warm like family setting. Like you guys have your house is amazing. Like the property you guys have is amazing. Like there's so much about the house that like reminded me of your guys' place. I was like, this is gonna be an amazing step for us for sure.
Good for you, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, very excited about that, man. It's a big step for us for sure.
All right, time for the Morning Wood, brought to you by my partner here in crime, Mike, and his Maker's Legacy program.
Yes, sir.
So Mike, go ahead, plug that program before we get into this question, the Morning Wood, where we take a question from the audience.
Perfect. So the Maker's Legacy program is what I am doing now. I spent the last 13 years building custom furniture. Now I am teaching custom furniture builders how to build their business, and through social media, through all the things I've learned, and through the way that the technology is that keeps changing the layout that we're in, the realm that we're in right now. So let me know if you guys need some help with your woodworking businesses. We're gonna make some changes and make a legacy for you.
Hey, this guy's a natural at it, man. He's got passion, he's got success behind him, and he's got experience, and he just truly wants to make people better. So if you are in that woodworking niche and you want to give Mike a show, do it. So our Morning Wood question comes from Amy, sorry, I'm wearing these glasses because I can't see the computer screen, but then I can't see my own phone. It's too close. So, speaking of old man vibes, so the Morning Wood, I see you guys always rocking aggressively masculine T-shirts, Mike in particular, and and I've noticed, Tony, you post that quite often. What's that all about? All right, fair question. And yeah, Mike's T-shirt is. He bought that off me, I guess, a long time ago.
Yeah,
right?
I bought that from you.
Those shirts sold out fast.
Oh, dude, I was like, I saw you wearing it at Blast, and I was like, what is this shirt? I need one. It's so intense. Like, it's just like, I mean, you buy clothes that you want to like relate with, right? Like, and it's kind of like, we were at Blast Camp. I was all fired up. I already kind of aligned with that, the masculinity thing. I don't think that is toxic. I think we need more of it. And the aggressively masculine thing on that shirt was like, I need one. How, like, let's get it going. Like, let's just get it done. Like, let's start this. I feel like you should probably start on where, because the shirt is yours. Like you guys, it's a shirt. It's your company. It's like, it's your branding. Like, I feel like we should start with where it started from, and then I'll give you my whole piece on the back end.
Yeah, so the aggressively masculine hashtag and posts that I've done and the T-shirts that I've made, and now the program that I'm running, the online program that I'm running for dudes like me, for dudes like you, really is my target audience, like, 30 to 40, when you're starting to really find your way as a new father, or want to be a new father, or maybe a new husband, entrepreneur, whatever it is. I feel like at 30s now is like the days of when you're really starting to hit your stride, where you're gonna become the man.
Yeah.
Maybe like I've always said, you go from the lion to the monk, and right now you're the lion, and that's gonna very much dictate where you're gonna become as you start to peter into monk.
Okay,
as I am.
That's fun.
Right, and that's, or wise man, I guess. Like, whereas kind of, I kind of like, I'm skating that line. I think I'm veering less off the warrior these days. So anyways, aggressively masculine, the programs that I do is Blast, or this online aggressively masculine man up program. It was all based off of the 4 characteristics that I wanted to heighten for men attending these camps, which are the tattoos on my neck, which is protector of your time, of your family. It's not just the actual protect my house, It's protect everything that's important to you, which number 1 should be yourself, your family, and your time, because your time is your presence, is your gift to this world. Warrior, which is like the warrior mindset. It's serving others. Like, to be a warrior, you're not a warrior through war, you're a warrior through service to others. Protector, I said that one, sorry. Strength, which is obvious, but it's not just the strength in the gym and the physical ability to do things to make sure that you're there and alive for your family, but also strength, the mindset, having that strong mind. And then, of course, self-awareness being the last one. And self-awareness is one where, I think all of us struggle. All of us will always struggle. And it's not like I teach these things and just I know it all. I usually learn just as much from the people I'm working with. I just have a lot of different life experiences. So those being the 4 characteristics, I'm like, well, those are the 4 best characteristics that I really want to heighten in men. And I want to bring those to the forefront. And I think those are very masculine traits and qualities. So I want to say, like, instead of the toxic masculinity was big when I kind of coined this aggressively masculine, and I was like, I want to heighten everything that's great about men, and I want to be aggressively masculine. And that doesn't mean aggressively cause fights. That means aggressively portray the 4 things that I said.
Yeah. I think that's how I understood it.
Which is what makes men great. There's tons that makes men shitty. There's a lot of fucking, like, there's way more bad men than women out there. I can tell you that from the job I've done.
Yeah, you know
men are the ones causing, murdering, raping, doing like the very, very terrible things. But that's not where I want to focus. Like, that is toxic. That is toxic. Being a bad person is toxic.
Like, toxic people exist. Period. Like, that's all that needs to be said about that. There's toxic women. There's toxic men. Like, there's toxic people out there. We don't need to focus on those. But I think, like, because there's been such an attack on the masculinity thing with the toxic masculinity, I guess you want to call it, movement. It's like there's dudes that are striving to become better, stronger dudes, and I think we have to be aggressive to fight the toxic part.
Right, and I don't want I think that movement has kind of faded a lot.
I agree.
I don't want my boys to hide what is great about them. I want them to aggressively show it to the world.
Yeah.
I want them to aggressively show how passionate they are, how much they care for their mother, how much they care for our family.
That's amazing.
How much they care for themselves.
I feel like
That's what I want. I want that. Those are the 4 masculine traits that I want them to aggressively portray. Hence, aggressively masculine. A lot of people get taken back when they see that word and don't hear what I didn't say. I didn't say anything about what women are or what women should be. I recognize that there are great women, strong women, shitty women, toxic women. There's that of every. You could say that for every gender, race, whatever you want, to however you want to divide this world up. But what I'm not saying is that women are not any of those things, or women are those things. That is not for me to say.
Right.
I can make judgment on somebody that I know, and I can say, like, yes, I like this or that, or not like this or that about a person, but I'm not blanketing what women should be. I'm not even really blanketing what men should be.
I was going to say,
I'm blanketing what I really believe in, and if you want to learn more about that, come and fucking talk to me.
Right, like, let's lean
and
into
I will
it.
help you.
Right.
I will help you lean into those things, and I will show you everything that I've learned from so many great mentors and coaches, and through my own wild experiences in this world, which have been, I'm so grateful for all this shitty things that I went through.
Yeah.
Because they've allowed me to be here and to help other people.
They're shaping you, man. Like, that's all that stuff's shaping
And that message I've gone and delivered to rooms full of men and women. And the women, and equally so, if they could relate to any of those, I do believe there's masculine and feminine traits in all of us.
Yep.
And if they believe in that, absolutely, man, then go for it.
Yeah.
They should be. I'm like, Danny's a fucking protector of our family, I'll tell you that.
100%.
You
Yeah.
know?
Like, you guys are both
It doesn't mean
badasses.
she's not. It just means that this is what I really believe in. And there's some things that she really portrays stronger than I that she does. And I hope she leans into those.
Well, you guys have your roles. Like, you guys together make, like, the perfect, like, you guys have a perfect family in that sense. Like, I'm not saying that you guys like don't have your
of course
whatever,
we do.
But like, you guys, you it's like the puzzle pieces. Like, the puzzle creates the picture, and like, you guys are fitting the puzzle pieces together. Like, you take care of this, I take care of that. You guys know your roles. You guys work together to create the picture.
Right. You remember a few weeks ago we talked about Atomic Habits, and I've been rereading that book, and it said if you want to be a marathon runner, don't focus on running the marathon. Focus on becoming a runner. Like, if you want to run a marathon, don't focus on running the marathon. Focus on becoming a runner.
Right.
So if you want to be a man, the man of your house, which is I tell my boys every time I leave, Colt, you're the man of the house. Mm-hmm. He's the oldest. You're the man of the house. What does that mean? He needs to have a grading system for that.
Right.
And when my son, my youngest, is scared of the dark, Braun, is this demonstrating strength? No. Okay, is this, are you protecting? What's the self-awareness part of this? What in this room could scare you? What in this room could hurt you? Like, it just gives us a grading system.
Right.
And if you have a grading system, like a value system, like whether it's for your business, bold, and all the things that we've established for your business that I have for mine, it's a grading system. It's a standard.
Right.
It allows us to filter our decisions.
That's amazing. That's what I think. The aggressively masculine thing is like, how do we become louder with it? It's like, it's being loud about these things that you're saying. It's not necessarily about being, like you said, being aggressive. It's like, it's being, I guess another word for it, with the way I'm reading it right now, is like you're extra passionate about it.
Right.
It's very important.
Exactly. And I've had other dads or moms say to me, like, oh, because my husband's not fit, he's not, or mostly the guys, because I'm not fit, I'm not a good dad. No. But you could be a better dad.
100%.
You know, I wasn't a bad dad because I had drinks.
Yeah.
Because I liked to have whiskey and beer. You know, that didn't make me a bad dad, but I can tell you one fucking thing. I got rid of it. I'm a better dad.
Right.
You know, and I know for sure if I could find better ways to not get distracted on that phone, I could be a better dad.
Right.
So why not try every way you can to be a better dad, a better whatever you want to be, better husband. I mean, honestly, better even like anything. Like, I don't even want to get into that, but like, I know some very aggressive and like, I've had one of my buddies on here who's homosexual, very aggressively masculine, man. Good for him. What that means to him. So who cares? That has nothing to do with it.
Yeah. That's I agree with that, man. And I think it's important. It's funny because like I spoke at the college a couple times now, and like there is there's this idea that like the new generation, the younger generation is toast. Like they're not going to be able to make it. And I honestly think that the younger generation are so fed up from seeing how bad things got that like when I'm talking to these kids that are 18, 19 into college, like in their first year of woodworking programs or whatever, they are striving to be leaders already. They want to be the man. They want to be fit. They want to be jacked. They want to be smart and have them like, confident. They want those like traits of like a strong man. They want it. And honestly, like they're clinging to whoever is giving it to them online right now, whether you like Andrew Tate or whatever. The dude doesn't say everything that's awesome, but he's got a couple of good points, whatever. But like there's guys like him, Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, whoever. They're clinging to these points that these guys are saying because they're the only person. They're not the only person. They're the loudest person, aka the aggressive ones that are putting themselves out there to show people that there is another way to live. Like you don't have to be soft and broken, and it's okay to be soft, weak, and not be a protector as a man. It's like there's more in you. There's a burning thing inside your soul that like.
Well, and I think if anything that you took from Blast and so many people, and that I took from my own Blast, for lack of a better word, and my experiences and my life and how I've changed it and how I've worked on getting better at some things, is that the self-awareness component is actually pure vulnerability. There's
100%.
Nothing fucking textbook masculine about that.
No, not at all.
It's about saying like, hey man, like I did and saw some bad things, or this happened to me when I was a kid and I haven't been able to let it go. Whatever that is for the individual.
Right.
And we each had our own. And I mean, you got guys crying and talking about it. And once they're able to admit that stuff, you're able to get better.
100%.
And when I went to get treated and I went to a doctor and I finally was fucking man enough to say I have a problem and I can't handle it, I became a better father.
Right. That's the
and
point.
And probably a better husband, a better leader in this gym, a better everything, a better football coach, a better friend, a better me.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
That's amazing to say that, because like even like you said, like the guy saying, oh, am I not a good dad because I'm overweight or whatever? It's like, no, but you could be better. You have to be able to have the self-awareness to be like, damn, is Tony coming at me, or is this something, or is Tony helping me? Like, is Tony helping me see where I'm coming up, when I'm showing up short, or is Tony just kind of coming at me? But I think your self-awareness dictates that. It's like, do you want to see that you actually have something that you need to improve in, or do you want to just be offended? And I think like the self-awareness part that you just talked about is the differentiator there. It's like you can take that conversation and take it one or two ways. You can say, okay, you're right, I do need to become better. I'm going to take that, aka you're being vulnerable. Or you can put your wall up and say, forget it, I'm just going to eat whatever and do whatever and drink all the beers and just be like whatever, because fuck Tony, he's an asshole.
Yeah, and
right? Like,
I mean, the protector part of it sounds so militant, but the protector pillar of my program, or of my belief system, call it both my pillar and my belief system, and the program that I sell and coach, is it sounds protector like I've got the shotgun, I've got the baseball bat, I'm keeping people out of my house. It's a small component of it. That's more the warrior mindset and being prepared, to be honest with you. The protector part of it is protecting yourself from becoming overwhelmed.
Right.
From, wasting time. That's the biggest one.
Like you're
protecting your life and how you want to live it.
Right. Like that's like being that protector pillar you're talking about right there could be saying no to going out. It could be saying no to going on a vacation. It could be saying no to another opportunity that is going to take you off track from the opportunity you're already knee deep in.
Right, or it could also be the part that puts you on vacation.
100%, yeah, damn right.
Like there's so much to it. There's so many ways we could discuss that. I think everybody gets it. I appreciate the question. I love when people are like, that wasn't really a call out. That sounded like more of a supportive question, but we do get called out on that stuff. You said you posted something in that shirt.
Yeah, posted. Yeah, it's funny. Like Lisa and I were in Moab right when we just got engaged, because we got engaged in Moab in Utah. So it's such a crazy place, and you have to go. I feel like if I could go to Mars, it would look like Utah. That's what I think.
I've been.
Oh, you've been.
Oh yeah, man, I've been all over.
Yeah.
All over that area. I loved it.
Utah's nuts.
Wild. It's nuts in a few ways, but yes.
Yeah, it's nuts in a few ways for sure. But yeah, like we went into some donut shop and like I had my aggressively masculine shirt on, and like just it's funny watching like certain people get like uncomfortable when I wear it, but then Lisa posted it and tagged the donut shop in it. The donut shop was cuter, right? We were going to get cute donuts. We were celebrating with donuts. But she posted the picture of us in the donut shop, and then they shared it. And certain like people were starting to like reach out to Lisa, like, where do I get this shirt? Like, we need more of this. More people need to be like showing that it's okay to be this. And it was like, it was interesting, right? Because in the donut shop, certain people were getting offended, or they were getting nervous around me. Like, I'm not going to do anything, man. I'm not here to hurt anybody. And then online, it was like other people were like supporting it on like a much bigger level. And I was like, I think people need more of this. So like they need to be, because it sounds like a crazy thing, but it's not meant to be a harmful thing, or it's not even meant to be a crazy thing. It's just like, we're going to be loud and passionate about being a man who we are. Like, we are these type of people. We're just going to be loud and passionate about it.
It sounds radical.
It's radical. That's
the
perfect
and
word.
why does it sound radical for me to have that and somebody else wear a rainbow on their shirt, or somebody else to wear whatever, like their religion or anything? Like, none of that's radical to me.
Right.
It's important to you.
Right.
That's why you're wearing it.
100%.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me that you're wearing that shirt, outside of having like some like terrible words or something. Like, I'm not a big fan of anybody who's got F-bombs on their shirts and stuff, or like a picture of a Big Johnson shirt. I'm like, to me, those are way more offensive now that I got kids. And you're like, dude, what are you
doing here?
For? Like, really? Is that necessary? Like, whatever you wear on your shirt, it's doesn't need to be important to me, and it might not even be important. You might just be a T-shirt, man. It also might just be a T-shirt,
right?
Like, I don't know. I never really thought about it. I don't even know what that symbol is. Like, it's like it might just be a T-shirt.
100%. Yeah.
All right. Now's that time.
Now's the time.
Speaking of the boys, we really got fancy with this one.
I know. Hey, whatever, bro.
A little game of overrated, underrated, brought to you by the Tango One Podcast, Aggressively Masculine Program. All right, here we go. Overrated, underrated. Good. This is a good one. I can tell that they were thinking about this, because last week they really got into playing cards. We taught the boys blackjack. We taught them poker. We taught them asshole. I forget what they called it. They didn't call it asshole, but I think they might have.
As asshole. Yeah.
I think they might have called it asshole, because it's like, yeah, whatever, man. You heard these words before. Card games. I feel like you don't give yourself a minute to play any games.
I really like Ticket to Ride. That game is super fun. You ever played that game, Ticket to Ride? Oh, bro, I'm coming over. We're going to bring the board game.
No.
You don't like that?
Is that a card game?
No, it's not.
I've never played this.
We're not going there. We're not going there right now. But I do I guess, why am I having a hard time with this one? I grew up like every Christmas and stuff, we would be playing card games and stuff. Like,
really?
Like, gambling.
So my family never was really doing that.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I love it with my family, but like on the grand scheme of thing, I think it's overrated. I don't really care. Yeah. I just don't care.
You know what? I'm going to go kind of overrated. I do enjoy a card game. I like playing games, but I think I'd rather play a board game.
Yeah.
The most of the time. And the card games I play now aren't really like traditional cards. It'll be like versions of Uno or something.
Yeah.
So I do enjoy card games. It's it's fun at the cottage. It's fun when it's just me and my son sitting around. We got nothing to do. We just,
for sure.
I think I've said this on the show before. We always have like a deck of Uno or a deck of cards in our trucks. So when we sit down at a restaurant, we actually start playing.
That's
like
awesome.
Rather than just sitting there and kind of how was your day? We play cards. And when your cool thing about playing cards though is that there's usually conversation and banter going on that has really nothing to do with the card game. So I guess that's a great part of that thing. So boys, I'm going to go. I want board games over card games. I know that wasn't the question. It sounds like Mike wants a Ticket to Ride.
That's a game.
He's going to come over and play that with us.
Yeah, bro. It's the best game in the world.
All right. Overrated, underrated. Oh, boy. Tattoos. It's like they were listening to us talk.
Overrated.
Oh, what? You look at your cover to these things.
Yeah, I know. I think they're overrated, bro. I do think tattoos are over. I actually love that Lisa has not a single one.
She doesn't have a single one.
Not a single one, and I love it. I mean, I don't even know that I have them most days, man. Like, I moved in the mirror weird today, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot I had tattoos. Like, I don't know. I think
they've become overplayed.
Overplayed is,
you know,
definitely
when I started to get all these tattoos, I think I was like the only person in here with a sleeve.
Yeah.
You know, and now it's just everybody has been good for that. I'm not criticizing anybody. I was saying I started a trend by any means.
Tony started the trend.
Yeah, I wish. But they have become overplayed. I think I'll go a different angle on this. I think it's underrated the value that I put into these tattoos. So not in terms of price, but the meaning. For me, there's like so much meaning in every tattoo I have. So I feel like people don't appreciate that, and that part's underrated. Like there's a great deal of meaning in every tattoo I have, except for that one on my butt that the team did.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, but that is
even
the
that has so much
That's
meaning.
the meaning,
And it's
yeah.
like probably the biggest storyteller tattoo
Yeah.
of all the ones that I have. But my tattoos do tell a story, and when people ask me, and then they're usually like, "Whoa, wow."
Yeah.
When I explain what the tattoos are for.
Fair.
Well, how about you? Did you put a lot of thought into those, or were you just young and just like drawn on yourself?
No, I guess I like there's
I feel like you've got it definitely given yourself one tattoo. I feel like you're that kind of guy.
I never did it.
No, I thought
dude,
for sure.
I hate tattoos. I hate getting tattooed.
Already
so
said
much.
you hate needles when we were talking the
honestly,
steroid episode. We were talking about
I
how-
hate needles, but tattoo needles are different. But like everyone's like, why don't you like needles? Look at how many tattoos you have. I'm like, it is not the same.
Not even
bro.
close to the
Not
same.
even
And
close.
man, like I don't know, when was your first tattoo?
I was 19, I think. I got my chest done.
So 14 years ago, 15 years
Yeah.
ago.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Like, have you noticed? Like, I don't know. Mine would have been probably 20 something years ago. Have you noticed? Not even quite. How much the tattoo technology has changed? Like, it went from that foot pedal to the wire, and the needle used to be like pop, 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 to now it's like a handheld like pen.
Oh, really?
You know, it's just so, it looks like a pen in comparison. It's just so much less impact, I feel.
Oh.
The tattoos are a lot easier to take now.
Man, I don't know. I haven't been tattooed in a few years. Like, that's actually kind of sick. I don't know. I don't know. I do. Like, I still, like, I say that they're overrated, and I still want a couple more.
That'd be a good promo day for us. Anybody who wants a Tango One podcast tattoo, show up at this place.
I'll do it.
We will buy it. Yeah, but I have to do, Mike and I each have to do one letter of it. That would be sick.
Yeah. That would be funny. I love that. That'd be great. That'd be a good time.
All right, next one the boys have thrown at us today. Water.
Well, I think it's underrated.
Are we talking about consumption of water? Is that where you're going with this?
I'm going with
Is that
consumption.
how you read that? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with consumption. Yeah, I think it's underrated. I think people need to drink more.
Yeah, I
water.
think I'm not great at that. It's one of my probably obstacles in fitness. But when I do drink more water, I feel more better.
Right?
Right?
Yeah,
Like
clear head, everything.
yeah, and people that hits home right now because the 6WT is going on. They've got people think we're waterboarding them with the amount of water we're telling them to drink. Right? It's like half your body weight in ounces is what we're telling people to drink.
Half your body weight in ounces. So like what? So if I'm
So if you're
200,
200, you'd be drinking 100 ounces, right?
that's a gallon.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's crazy math.
I also feel like that is maybe wrong, but yeah, I believe that's what the thing that we've got going on right now. Danny runs the 6WT more so than I do, but I think that's it. But they're like, and they're peeing like crazy. But man,
Yeah.
is it good for you? And they're the clarity, and they're not being as sore, not being as tired.
Oh yeah, it's insane. It's insane when you dial in for enough time, drinking that like 75 hard. I talk about this all the time. Drinking a gallon of water for 75 days straight is going to change your brain. I swear. Like it changes the amount of. I feel like it changes the amount of light that is let into my eyes. Like my whole world view is different when I drink that much water, man.
Really?
Because like my head is so clear.
Yeah. You do pee a lot though.
You pee a lot, and you know what? I find when I'm
Middle of the
drinking
night.
that much,
It messes my sleep up. That's for sure.
It's like when I'm drinking that much water, it's like I have 3 seconds to find the toilet, or I'm pissing in the corner.
Yeah.
like, I have to leave right now. I'm going in the
Yes.
middle of the meetings and everything. Like, yeah, it's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, water, I'm going to go with the same as Mike. I don't know why they picked this one. We've been really stressing water this week because there's a lot of illness going around. My son was really sick coming home from the cottage. And there's just people sick everywhere right now.
Yeah.
I can feel myself fighting it. And they probably hear us I am like, you need to be drinking water. Like, I need 4 of those down today.
Yeah, flush it out. Yeah.
You know, and I explained that to him. It does. It flushes your system out, and it keeps you. You know, especially when you vomited, like, you know.
Oh.
You know, that, like, also, like, it replenishes that, right? I know it's hard to drink the water when he's puking, obviously, but, like, those days coming out of that, you need to, like, really pound water and get yourself back to, like, where you need to be.
Yeah, poor kid. I hate puking so much, dude. I hate puking so much. Like, I will literally feel like shit all day because I don't want to puke.
When I puke, I look like I'm, like, possessed. Like, I come off the floor, like, my blood vessels break. Danny says I'm the most violent puker she's ever heard. I'm loud. Like, I come out, though, when I'm after a day of the flu, or, like, back in the day when I'd booze and puke, I'd be so shredded, though. Yeah. Because I would, like, abs are like yeah. It's like putting that electric volts on you. And I would just come right off the floor, holding on to that toilet, because just violence in my pukes. All my blood vessels would always be broke from that. Oh my god.
That sounds like shit, honestly.
It does sound like shit. And like a good reason not to drink as well is I have not puked in a very long time. I never puked at night. The night of drinking, like, so rarely in all my times. It was always the next day, man. And like later in the day too, you'd be like, oh, and then boom.
Oh man, I do not miss drinking like that at all. I do not miss it.
0.
Yeah.
0. You're still having drinks.
Like
here and there.
You
never were really. Since I've known you.
I was never really a big drinker, man. Like there's been times sure you go to the bar, or whatever, go
Christmas parties.
Okay, Christmas parties were a little different.
You know what? I just feel like I couldn't control it. So I really, really went back and forth about having a drink last week at the cottage. I think we talked about that right before I left, and then I didn't. I'm proud of myself, and I had a lot of fun without doing it.
Nice.
The Christmas party, though, I don't know that I can have nearly as much fun as I do at the Christmas party without those shot tray going around.
Like the giant charcuterie board.
Yeah,
like
you had the giant charcuterie board. The time when you came to Shooters for Ours, and I had the whole thing. And like last year, even when you came to meet us at John Max, and we had the team dancing.
Yeah,
doing their initiation, and I'm doing shots. I just feel like I cannot have as much fun at Christmas party or a wedding without drinks.
For real, I feel you there. But I mean, like,
a wedding was one of the times you caved, right? On 75 hard?
Yeah, 75. Yeah, we did.
You at least are like, you're like, yeah, you were like right there. You're like, yeah, we're close enough. Okay, let's have some drinks.
Like, I'm shredded. I look absolutely shredded, and it was like, I just didn't want to. Fair enough, whatever. I probably should have finished it, but I didn't. It was just like, I'm done with it for today. It's day 65. But, for real, like Christmas parties and weddings, man, it's a tough one for sure. Because, like, I think I enjoy the action of doing shots in a party setting.
Right.
But I'm not like the guy to have a beer on the weekend just to chill and have a beer. That's not really me. Like, especially
I miss that a little bit. I miss that chill.
The chill part. Yeah.
The problem is that for me, I don't miss at all I guess I do miss the chaos drinking.
Yeah.
Like those, my problem was too many chill days turned into the chaos.
Right.
It was like if I just like you do a good job like that chaos drinking. Like you don't do that very often.
No.
But mine, man. It would be 2-3 times a month, if not more.
Yeah,
as a 40-something-year-old man with this business that gets up bright and early and coaching kids. Like, it was just a few turns into a lot for me, and that's why it's such a slippery slope.
Fair enough, man. Like, I definitely, just with Lisa being pregnant, like, I don't really, we don't.
See, you're opposite. When Danny was pregnant, I'm like, let's go! Drive us everywhere, man. Everywhere.
That's so funny. Like Lisa's like,
and I was always like, "This is gonna be the end of my life. Is coming soon." Like that was like one of those.
Oh yeah.
Like not the end of my life. Like I was excited, but the end of my social. Like thinking that these events were gonna stop, but they never stopped. But like and I would be like, "Let's go. Yeah, we want to come to that party." And she'd be like waiting, like, "Okay, can we leave now?"
That's so funny. Yeah, like I'm sure that's gonna happen at some point, but like I never really, I don't know, man. I never really cared to drink like that. Like just partying every now and then is something that I like. But honestly, the thing I miss the most is probably just a bottle of wine with dinner with Lisa.
Yes, man. That is the best. Last week, actually, the guys, we got up to the cottage, and there's a little store but they sell alcohol, and they have for a while. Now I guess they have them everywhere, right? But that was like a corner store, but they actually were licensed before they gave them to all the corner stores, which was awesome because it was right out the. Otherwise, it's like 30 minutes to town. And we were able to go there, and the lady loves us because we come in. She's like, "Oh my God, the boys' trip is back!" Right?
No, that's amazing.
It's such a small place.
Yeah.
And they're closed on Mondays, and the guys got there on Monday, and nobody had any alcohol. You just see the guys. Oh my God, they're raiding. Like it was like there's like a little cabinet they keep locked because they Airbnb it when they're not there.
Yeah.
And they're like raiding this cabinet, like what's back here? Like guys were drinking Malibu rum and Orange Crush. Like it was like hilarious when they were doing to get a drink, and it was awesome.
That's so funny, man. And that's awesome. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Well, guys, this has been a great episode, and I got to get Mike out of here because he wants to be as close to home as possible at all times right now.
Yeah. How cute.
How cute. So thanks for tuning in. Do all those things. Like us, love us, rate us. 5 stars only, though. Okay.
Yeah, only 5 stars.
And I guess there is a demand for these aggressively masculine shirts. Like, I got to get on this. Like,
you have to get on it.
We've been talking about making our clothes. We haven't.
That would be a great place to start. You've already done it.
Yeah.
Just make more of it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get on it.
Let's go.
More shirts.
All right. Thank you all. And we are over and out.
See ya.
Bye.